Level 1 slave. You do not own yourself. You wake before dawn, but not by choice. A kick to your leg forces your eyes open. No one calls your name because you do not have one. You are only the slave. You lie on damp straw inside a low wooden. Breakfast is a barrel of porridge placed outside in the yard. You push forward to scoop some before it runs out. The porridge is so thin you can see the bottom of the bowl. You drink it in one gulp, knowing there will be nothing else until night. Before the fog lifts, you are already inside the livestock barn. You shovel manure, but often must use your hands when it freezes solid. Steam rises from the waste. The smell is overwhelming, yet you stopped noticing long ago. Then you are tied to a stone cart. 2 men replace the horse that died last winter. Rope digs into your shoulders. Every step burns your skin with friction. The uneven road constantly jams the wheels. The overseer walks behind. If the cart stops, the whip strikes. There is no midday rest. You drink water from a shared barrel. In the afternoon, you dig drainage trenches around the fields. Cold soil numbs your hands. Fingernails split and bleed, but you keep digging. At night, you receive a piece of black bread hard as stone. You soften it in water and swallow slowly. You fall asleep the moment you lie down, your body too painful to move. Level 2 poor farmer, working a lifetime just to not die. You are given a small plot of land at the edge of the village. Your house is made of mud mixed with straw. The roof is so low you must bow to enter. Inside there is only a clay stove, a rough wooden table, a straw bed. Smoke stains the ceiling because there is no real chimney. You wake before sunrise. Your wife cooks porridge from last season's grain. It is thicker than slave food, but still not enough. You carry the plow to the field. There is no ox. You pull the plow yourself, rope tied across your shoulders. Each step bends your back lower. You carve lines into the earth, picking stones and throwing them aside. By noon, your hands shake so badly you spill water while drinking. Lunch is dry bread and raw onion eaten beside the field. In the afternoon, you repair fences, build field ridges, and chase birds away from seeds. In the rainy season, you work knee-deep in mud. In winter, the soil freezes like stone, yet you must still dig. Tax day is the most terrifying day. Officials and soldiers enter your home, open your storage, weigh your grain. You stand with your head lowered as they take most of a year's work. That night, portions become smaller. You say you have already eaten, even while your stomach twists in hunger. Level 3 water carrier. Your body becomes a tool. The harvest fails. You become a hired laborer. You live in a small shack near the village, well barely large enough to sleep and hang your carrying pole. You wake while the sky is still black. You lower the bucket into the well. Wet rope cuts into your hands. You pull up heavy buckets and pour water into wooden containers. The carrying pole rests across your shoulders. The weight presses into your bones. You walk slowly so the water does not spill. Spilled water means lost pay. You move from house to house. Official's home, wealthy household tavern. Doors open. Water is taken. Doors close again. You rarely see inside. Lunch is stale bread bought at the market. You sit on stone steps, leaning against a wall because you lack strength to stand. At night you lie down, yet your muscles keep twitching. Level 4 blacksmith. Living inside the sound of hammers. You enter the forge, a place too hot to breathe. The day begins by lighting the furnace. You shovel coal and pump the bellows until flames glow red. Heat dries and cracks your skin. The master smith hands you glowing iron. Strike. You lift a hammer as heavy as your arm. Clang. The sound shakes your chest. You strike hundreds, then thousands of times, each day. You learn to shape sword blades, shoe horses, assemble armor plates, sharpen spearheads. Sparks burn small scars into your hands. Lunch is eaten beside the fire bread, hard cheese, weak beer. At night, you drink cheap alcohol with other workers, hands trembling from endless motion. You sleep, yet still hear phantom hammer strikes in your ears. Level 5. Herdsman. You move to the grasslands. Your home is a small wooden hut beside livestock fences. You wake with the sun. First task, walk through the herd, checking swollen legs, hooves, and droppings for signs of illness. You lead cattle and horses to fresh grazing fields, walking for hours beneath the sun. You carry a leather bag with bread, dried meat, water. You eat standing, eyes always watching the animals. At night, you light a fire. Wolves howl in the distance. You sleep lightly, waking every few hours to check the herd. Weeks pass without speaking to anyone. Your voice grows rough from disuse. Night falls faster than you expect. The fields grow silent, leaving only the heavy breathing of the livestock drifting through the cold mist. You sit against a worn wooden fence, gripping a stick, forcing your tired eyes to stay open after a long day of work. Then you hear it. Not loud, just grass being pressed down. Watching the weak fence shake in the wind, you realize something simple. They will return tomorrow night. Before sunrise, you begin cutting wood, tying ropes, driving stakes into the ground. Your hands bleed, your back aches, but each strike makes the pen a little stronger. You are no longer just guarding livestock. You are learning how to survive the coming winter. Level 6. Hunter. You live mostly in the deep forest. Your shelter is made from animal hides. The ground beneath is always damp. Morning begins with checking traps. Snares, pit traps, bait. You track animals by reading the earth like a book. When prey is struck, you must work immediately. Cut the throat to drain blood. Skin the animal. Butcher the meat. Warm blood heats your hands in the cold air. You smoke meat over fire to sell in the village. Some weeks, you see no other human. You begin talking to yourself, and it feels normal. Level 7. Low-rank soldier. You are conscripted. You sleep in a wet canvas tent, mud clinging to everything. Breakfast is thin soup from a large pot. You clean swords, patch armor, drill formations for hours. The commander rides past, on horseback, clean clothes, wine in hand. You march all day, only to build camp, then dismantle it the next morning. In battle, you stand in the front line with a wooden shield. Arrows fall like rain. Metal clashes, men scream, bones break. Afterward, you dig graves for your comrades. No one remembers their names. Level 8. Grain warehouse official. You are older now. A survivor. You are given the key to the grain warehouse. The building is thick stone, cool and dark inside. Grain sacks rise higher than your head. You wake in a private room wooden bed, fresh straw mattress, real wool blanket. Breakfast is white bread, eggs, and light beer things you once only watched others eat. Each morning, you open the warehouse. Farmers line up for rations. You weigh grain on a bronze scale in record numbers in black ink. You learn to write a few kilos less each day. No one checks carefully. At night, you dine with other officials. Red wine, roasted meat, loud laughter. Outside the warehouse gate, villagers beg for more food. You hear a familiar cough. The same sound from the slave hut long ago. You close the warehouse door. The lock clicks. You stand still for a moment. Then you turn away because tomorrow you must open the warehouse again on time.